please welcome with me Dr. Aristotle Onumo to give the key speech for today's program. A round of applause.
Thank you very much, organizers and KND and all the moderator and everyone that has spoken in this session. First, I want to apologize for joining late. Actually, the time I was given was as 10 o'clock. So I didn't know it was earlier than 10. So that was the time I was given. That's I should be up by 10 o'clock. Nevertheless, thank God that I still have the opportunity to join earlier and to listen to several presenters who have spoken extensively on a wide range of issues. I was, as I was listening to the various panelists, I was tempted to provide some guidance or some answers to some of the questions, and also even to change the pattern of the keynotes that I was given to deliver. But as a public servant, I will stick to what I've been given, and I'll try to do justice to it. Most importantly, if there are questions that will want to arise after the question, when I mean question, open-ended question. It mustn't be restricted to whatever I've spoken as regards to digital transformation, as regards to digital innovation, and also as regards to what government is doing to support both the young people in the digital economy ecospace. So I'll read I'm here to represent my Director General, Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi, as I've been said earlier. I'll go through his keynotes, and I also provide context in areas where it is needed and some elaboration where it is required. It goes like this. Good morning or good afternoon, as the case may be, distinguished guests, teaching and non-teaching staff, proud parents, and most importantly, the graduating students. Today marks a significant milestone in your journey. The culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance as you stand on the cusp of a new chapter in your lives. I'm particularly honored to address you on a topic that is crucial to your future: unlocking post-secondary school education opportunities. For many of you, today is not just about receiving an accolade or receiving a certificate or receiving an applause. It is also about embarking on a path towards a higher education, the gateway to new opportunities, to new experiences, and to growth. The choices you make in the coming months as you're leaving the four walls of the secondary school at this moment will shape not only your academic journey, but also your personal and professional futures. Post-secondary school education is more than just earning a degree. Just as all the speakers have alluded to that, it's about expanding your horizon, discovering your passion, and equipping yourself with knowledge and skills that will empower you to thrive in the ever-changing world. It's about embracing challenges. It's about seizing opportunities. It has been spoken quite a long time. I mean, a lot of speakers have spoken about the opportunities. It's about pushing boundaries of what you believe is possible. It's not about docility. It's not about being quiet. It's not just about standing aloof, but it's about taking an action based on what you have conceived as a possibility. To navigate this exciting phase of life, I encourage you to approach it with spirit of curiosity and openness. Our previous speaker has spoken about open mind. Explore different fields of study. Don't mortgage yourself. Don't cage yourself. Go with an open mind and explore. When you explore, you experiment. In the point of experimentation, you are actually activating your, what I refer to as your seeking system. And when you activate your seeking system, it creates a vibe within you to be able to inquire and look for more. Engage with diverse perspective and dare to dream big. Don't just dream less. Don't just dream within the confines of your community. Dream as you want to be a global world changer. Remember, your education is not confined to the walls of the classroom. It extends to the communities you engage with, the experiences you seek, and the values you uphold. Today, the landscape of higher education offers a multitude pathway from traditional university to vocational training, from online learning platforms to apprenticeship. We have discussed about that, about apprenticeship. We have talked about entrepreneurship, and we have talked about even vocational training. There are vast opportunities that you can trade. Each path is unique, offering its own set of opportunities and challenges. What matters most is finding a path that aligns with your passion, finding a path that aligns with your strength, finding a path that aligns with your aspiration. Currently in Nigeria, what is in vogue everywhere now is the Japa syndrome. It has become a household name. Everyone is seen to be heading towards looking for what they call perhaps a greener pasture, often seen as a post-secondary school opportunity. However, in as much as it's a fantastic idea to go out, but you must go out prepared. You must go out equipped. You must go out with a sense of direction. If you must jabba with intelligence, so that you don't go and paja in the shortest possible time. However, unlocking post-secondary education opportunity involves equipping our youth with knowledge, with skills, and resources that is needed to make an informed career and life choices. It then means that we as parents, we as guardians also have a definite practical responsibility in ensuring, in guiding, in providing the right kind of guidance to our children in the area of providing skills, in the area of opening up, showing up opportunity to, especially over ever increasing available sources that could change their narrative. With the right training, graduates can potentially export talent intentionally, internationally, while continuing to live here in Nigeria. Our last speaker, Dr. Shitu, spoke something about the 3MTT. It's a program that's been powered by the Ministry of Communications, Innovations, and Digital Economy, and is proudly supported and also encouraged by the National Information Technology Development Agency, that is NITDA. Now, the essence is to build the right kind of technical skills, especially among the young people who are already enthusiastic, who are already passionate about acquiring a skill in the digital economy world. Now, the whole essence is that if perhaps in the next 3 years, we are able to have here with such skills and also provide services to anywhere around the world has become even smaller than a global village. That wherever you are, as long as you have the right skills, as long as you can create value, I'm telling you, valuation will always follow you. It doesn't matter where you are at this moment. And that's why at NITDA also, we are implementing a program we call the Digital Literacy for All initiative. Now, this particular program is anchored on a vision. And the vision we have as an agency is actually, to make Nigeria a digitally enabled nation, fostering inclusive economic growth through technological innovation. Now, this is the broad vision that we have as an agency. And in this broad vision, it is narrowed down under 8 pillars. Now, these 8 pillars are what we refer to as point of excellence. And in that first pillar, it talks about fostering digital literacy and cultivating talent. Now, in the first pillar, we have the aim or the aspiration to ensure that 70% of Nigerians are digitally literate by the year 2027. Now, in doing that also, we came up with a lot of programs. Now, one of such programs is Digital Literacy for All Initiative, which is meant towards reaching to close about 30 million Nigerians that are in the informal sector. Come to think about it, how Nigeria will be if that village woman somewhere in Karana Mother, or that village woman or village man somewhere in Bonny Island or Bonny Camp, who may be fishing, who has some fish, and who could easily take a photograph of his fish, put it on Instagram after he has caught that fish, and be able to ensure that someone in the city knows that such a fish is existing in the Bonny Camp itself. Think about a heap of yam of that man who actually resides in somewhere in Niger State, who could, through his Instagram, connect with someone in Abuja, for instance, with a heap of yam, with the cost of the yam, and also create a platform through which you can make an exchange. What economy are we going to have? What are we doing to ensure that that is done? What we have done now is to raise what we refer to as digital literacy champions. Now, these digital literacy champions are curated from the NYSC for those who are actually serving COP members. Now, these serving COP members, we believe that they have footprints across the entire federation in all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. Now, we train them, give them the skills, digital literacy skills, and also give them life skills and onboard them in the digital job market. Now, once we train them, we empower them, we now unleash them into the community so that wherever they are, in the rural area where they are serving, they will become the champion to train the people in that rural area, the informal people, those who are doing baba, those who are actually the market women, those who are doing mesuya, those who are doing all kinds of business, so that they also can become digitally literate, to be able to perform elementary transactions using their digital tools. Now, that's what we're doing as an agency. Why are we doing that? It is a transformative program which is meant to bridge the digital divide in Nigeria and propel our nation towards a brighter future, especially for our younger generation. In trying to assess many opportunities that can influence your career in life choices, it is important that you keep digital literacy in mind. You know, many speakers, especially our first and second speaker, they dwell so much on what is available within the digital ecosystem, especially the skills that are available. There are innumerable skills that are available. The choice on the path to follow is actually yours. Now, whatever you can think about in your mind, there are a digital platform that could help you, or a digital solution can help you and drive that particular idea into fruition. Anything you can think about. So it now rests on you as a young man, as a young boy, and as a young girl who is just graduating, whose heart is still tender, that can think about many things he can do, at this time, and seek for the right kind of digital skill that will be able to enable you to be able to actualize that. There is absolutely nothing that digital tools or digital skill cannot enable you to do. At this time, we see technology as a means to an end. It's an enabler. Technology is an enabler. So whatever thoughts you have in your mind, whatever idea that you have in your mind, be rest assured there is a digital offering that could help those ideas to come into fruition. Now, how do we catalyze those digital ideas? At NITDA also, we have a center we call the National Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. We call it the National. It's a center that is located here in Abuja, but it's open. It's open that if you have any idea, you could actually approach the center. There are trained professionals who could guide your idea from inception till impact, who can help you to put your ideas together and see whether it is an idea that is viable, and also guide you through till you get to an MVP, guide you through even to extent of making it an enterprise. It is available. You are not paying anything for it. So when we have a large idea, good idea, great idea, try to reach out to National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics. You can also Google it in our website. It's available there. Now, such idea must not be allowed to waste. Again, if you're also a young guy, a young man who is entrepreneurial mindset, who has an entrepreneurial mindset, and you have an idea, and perhaps it's a startup, I want to encourage you also. We have the Nigerian Startup Act. It's a law that has been passed in Nigeria that will help to recognize the existence of startups. So create a platform that those who are in the startup category will have access to a lot of incentive that government have put together. Government has actually put a lot of incentive for startups. If you have an idea, you don't have money, you have maybe your idea has come into an MVP, yet you don't have money to progress, there's an opportunity for you. Now, we go through what we call startup labeling. It is ongoing at the moment. There's a startup portal. You can go there and register as a startup. Once you are a labeled startup, you are now, there's no other thing you have to do, because as long as you're a labeled startup, that means you are qualified for the various incentives that the federal government is always providing for startup according to the Nigerian Startup Act. It is very important I make this explanation so that see that what a lot of things that government is doing to bridge the funding gap, which has been a challenge in the past. I also want to assure you, young people, don't have a distrust in government. This is one of the issues and one of the challenges perhaps those before us or some younger people are still having at this time. Yes, there could be some reason why that could happen. But I want to tell you, if you try to assess, you didn't get, try again. Don't make a first-hand inquiry and not a second-hand inquiry. As you progress, as you're searching, as you're making researches, always desire to make a first-hand inquiry, not what they said. Someone may have tried and failed. His own experience may be different from yours. You also make a passionate, deliberate inquiry on your own part. You know, I have an experience. We are trying to support some young startup to access a grant. A grant that I think a grant of a very huge sum of money. Now I have an immediate younger brother also who is in the tech space. Now I asked him when I said they can go and apply. Now he asked me a question. I should guarantee him first if he applies that he's going to get that grant. I said, how can I guarantee you that am I the owner of the grant? Even if I belong to the panel that's going to determine those who are going to have access to that grant, that's not how it is done. First and foremost, you follow the procedure, follow the process. If eventually your product merits that merits the fund, then fantastic, you will have it. Now, he decided not to go because I didn't guarantee him. Because he didn't even believe that it was true. Until he heard over the radio or he saw some clips somewhere that some young people that he never knew actually got that grant, and it's a very huge sum of money. He now called me on phone. I said, but I asked you to apply. You are here listening to what other people are saying. It is only when you have tried and you have passed through the process and it didn't succeed, then you cannot begin to make complaint and give reasons why you didn't succeed. So I want to encourage you, young people, when you hear about provisions of government for one thing or the other, apply, make inquiry, try to assess, because those provisions are actually meant for you. So the digital literacy is not just an advantage, it is a necessity. The initiative that NITDA is doing at this moment, like I earlier said, is meant to bridge the digital divide. And it is meant to achieve a 70% digital literacy by the year 2027. We all know that there's no aspect of job, no aspect of career that does not require digital knowledge or digital tool. The future is digital. The pace of technological change is accelerating. From AI to IoT The emerging technology will continue to shape our world. Preparing for this future means ensuring that everyone has the foundational digital skill to adapt and thrive. It is not just about teaching people how to use technology. It's about fostering a mindset of lifelong learning and adaptability. It is the advantage the young people at this time had, because they have been schooled through the use of online in terms of education, in terms of learning, in terms of communication. Unlike those before them who are struggling, who are still afraid, to be present online. As a result of that, the previous speaker said something about Coursera. One of the challenges, especially people of our climate, of most people, especially Nigeria, is a very big question. I think Kayode provided a context to it. We are not used to online learning. We are not used to online platform. It is a new concept that will be introduced, but young people at their own time now have been introduced to all this online learning all the way from their primary, secondary school. We also, in our own part in NITDA, we are also partnering with Ministry of Education to change the curriculum, both in primary, in secondary, and even so that by the time a child is finishing secondary school, he must have been sufficiently digitally skilled that he could play his own part within the context of digital economy. However, let me be clear, the journey ahead may not always be smooth. You will encounter obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But it is during these times that your resilience, determination, and perseverance will truly shine. Remember, every setback is an opportunity for growth, and every challenge is a chance to demonstrate your resilience. So as you prepare to embark on this next chapter, I urge you to embrace the value of lifelong learning and continuous improvement. Seek out mentors who inspire you. A lot of speakers have spoken about that. Cultivate relationships that support your growth, not the one that will bring you down. Don't have a scarcity mindset, have a growth mindset. And never stop asking questions or challenging assumptions. In closing, I want to leave you with a quote from Nelson Mandela, who once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." As you move forward, remember that you have the power to shape your future and make a positive impact on the world around you. Once again, congratulations, graduates. May your journey through post-secondary education be filled with discovery, fulfillment, and endless possibility. Rise up as eagles and change your world, for you have the power to create the world you truly desire. Thank you for listening.
Any question for Doctor? We'll be taking questions now. And probably if there is any question from the audience, for any of the speakers, we'll be taking questions now. Please, any question, please just indicate probably in the chat, or you unmute to ask your question. And let's do it one after the other. If you know someone is talking already, we'll just let the person finish before asking the next question. So if there's any question, let's go ahead. Either type it in the comment section, in the chat section, or you unmute and ask question.
Mr. Toby's hand is up, please. Mr. Toby, please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. So, Doctor, thank you for that beautiful presentation. Very enlightening, very insightful. So what I just want to ask is that These are very laudable opportunities for young people, but I think there's an issue with awareness. So how can we bridge this gap of awareness between the young people that actually need these opportunities and the agencies who are delivering the opportunities? Because not many people know that this kind of laudable things are available for them to leverage on. So how can we bridge that gap so that the right people can get to know it and know it on time?
Okay, can I answer? Can I take the answer now?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead. If we have another question, we'll just attend to it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that question. I've been inundated with this kind of question from time to time, both young people and adults. I think the gap, and I've spoken in various fora as regards to some of these opportunities that we have. But that's why I started by giving an example. Number one, we should have it just deliberately want to trust the government in the first instance. Because if you do not create that element of, I know there are challenges, that is real. Sometimes there are disappointments, that is real. So it is that consciousness of taking that leap deliberately to trust the government in the first instance, before you could know whether such opportunity exists or not. I gave you an example of my own immediate younger brother, who I shared, not because he didn't trust the government. Even when I'm still working, he didn't trust the government, he walked away. Until he saw the result and he saw me, then he began to make noise. You are there, he didn't want to, but I told you to follow the process. So, this is one of the major challenges that we have. Now we have we're on Twitter, we're on various social media handle. We're also, our website is also there, nitda.gov.ng. Moreover, also, at various fora, when we have this kind of opportunity to speak, we also do speak. Whenever we are invited for occasions, especially within the context of the students, we work closely even with, like for instance, we are partnering with NYSC. We are partnering with some universities also. We have partners across board. But this question keep on coming over and over again. What I think we can do, we must also create a more adaptive means of connecting directly with the users and also building the right kind of confidence. I think that is one of the reasons why I also have to come in this particular stage to speak at this moment, is to build that confidence and to let the people know that these are the opportunities that are available. Keep on trying. You must not get it at the first time, but let's keep on trying. Somehow, sometime, it can also be your own turn. But I take your word in terms of trying to find a more adaptive method of reaching our audience, of reaching the people that we serve. Even as it is, as I'm talking to you now, if you go to our website, our strategic roadmap and action plan is already in our website. But you see, again, how many of us, again, the culture of reading documents here also is also another thing that we also struggle with. So we're also finding another creative means of converting the document into such a way that it could reach to the young people whose attention span at this time is very, very small. Again, another thing we are doing with our digital literacy is that we are creating videos also in bite sizes. Like 3 minutes to 5 minutes videos. Now, and they are sequential to help people also whose attention span, like we all know, is very, very small, to be able to grab some things within the context of that 2-3 minutes, something you can also use in terms of digital fluency and also digital security. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Yes, I have a question I wish to ask.
Please go on. I can't hear you. The person who's asking question.
Please, if you have any other question to ask Doctor, please just in the, what's it called? Type it in the comment section or you raise your hand.
It's okay, I will do that.
Doctor, Ajamu Shion Adefikayo, can we get the details of the government programs opportunities, links, and their details? Person is requesting for details of government programs opportunities, sir.
Yeah, I could give you the ones that are very close to, that are related to us. Go to nitda.gov.ng. I've tagged the website there. You can also, I've also sent my number at the group chat. So we also welcome ideas from young people on how best you think can also reach you. We welcome ideas because we go through an adaptive mode of creation of our documents. So welcome every suggestion that comes from young people, from old people, from the ecosystem, from people around the nation, because our strategy is a social contract we have with the people. So our intention is to serve the people through that document. So whatever ideas that you have, or whatever suggestion you have on how we think we can reach and serve you better, we also welcome the idea.
Thank you so much, sir. So doctor's phone number and the link is available on the chat. Please, anyone that is interested, just copy it. It's available for all of us to see. Please, is there any other question? Anybody with a question, please try and raise your hand or you type it in the chat. Please. Okay, just came in. Okay. Please, we are waiting for your questions. And if it's not just for Dr. Aristotle, any of the speakers that we've had earlier, if you have any questions for them, please go ahead. Our panel discussion, it was very, very impactful. Okay, Mommy Deborah, Mrs. Deborah, you can go ahead with your question, ma'am.
Hello. Sorry about that. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Dr. Aristotle, for that very passionate presentation. I really enjoyed listening to you. I work for NITDA University, a private university in Ibadan. And I was just wondering if there are any of the programs that you have that can be applicable to students in a private university. Is there any way that we can take advantage? Because you said you work with different universities and stuff. So I was wondering if there was any programs or any opportunities that you have that the students in my university can take advantage of, and how we can tap into those opportunities, sir.
Thank you very much. We partner with universities, and that the university need to show interest. You can show interest by telling us that this is what you're doing, and this is the areas you feel that NITDA can support you in form of your package. Then you send it to us, we study it. When we study it, we can now reach out to you to see how we can support you or encourage you or partner with you to be able to achieve or massify some of the programs we're already running. Universities are cross-board. It has nothing to do whether it is public university or private university or state university. We partner with as many that are willing, to partner with us. Definitely, we give them that opportunity to leverage on their own expertise while they leverage on our own, on our own infrastructure or our own service.
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much. I've taken note of your phone number and I have also noted down the website. I will be getting in touch. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Aristotle.
Okay, is anyone else before we go ahead for the next thing? Please, this chat is open for anybody to type question. Just go ahead, type it, or you raise your hand for questions.
It's not a question. It's just a vote of thanks. Thank you so much, Dr. Aristotle, for the keynote speech. I personally didn't know that the government was doing all of that. And thanks to Mr. Lighton for that comment on awareness. So yes, everybody here can do his or her own bits by putting out the information. You can share the link provided with young people. For one, I have access to university students at OAU here, and I can share the link with them to encourage them to look out for opportunities that Dr. Aristotle has talked about. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let them follow us on our social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, the X, just every available. We are all there providing information as much as we can. But if there are other better ways, young people think we can reach them, we are also open to adjust and readjust what we are doing to ensure that the community we intend to serve, we serve them appropriately. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.